Welcome to the chat. I think I got it. Buenos dias, buenos tardes, everybody. I just wanted to leave my live stream on as I continue to do the administrative work and getting ready for events that are occurring today and events that are occurring tomorrow. And so if you guys have any questions regarding the photo booth industry, go ahead and fire off with those questions while I get work here done on the side, because I don't have a lot of, it seems like I don't have a lot of time anymore. Everything constantly is happening so fast, constantly hiring and firing people as well. That's not fun, but it's necessary for your business. It's not fun because you really have high hopes for these folks. But then you have to understand is you can't take it personal, and you got to continue scaling your business. And so maybe that'll be a good topic, is the hiring and the firing and the onboarding process. So for people that interview with me, when they get a job offer, it's called a CJO. It's a conditional job offer. They get invited to a paid training so that I can see their people skills, their level of engagement, kind of get a feel for them. And then if we decide to move forward and they actually love it too, then I have them sign some disclaimers, of course. You gotta have that. And also what I'm doing different now is I'll give them a uniform shirt, but within the onboarding process letter, it says that we're gonna keep $50 towards their uniform deposit. So if they decide to stop working just randomly, they won't get their $50 unless they return the uniform shirt. That's another thing that I've kind of acquired through just experience, because I lost a lot of uniform shirts over the last few months from people that just showed up to one event, maybe two events. And, you know, I spend money on those uniform shirts. So that'll be a good way to, how can I say this, to have some type of leverage on getting some of those uniform shirts back. So I just want to say hi to Jose. I want to say hi to Let's Talk About It. Hi to Edgar and Julio. Hi to Lucky Metals Refining. I want to say hi to Elite 360. Hi to Carlo. And hi to Adins, I believe from Wales. And so if you guys have any type of curiosity or questions regarding the photo booth industry, me being in the industry for almost going close to finishing up 2 years exactly, I'll be more than happy to share any information that's helped me with my business, and also maybe provide you with the information that's going to help you avoid certain setbacks. Right now I'm Indeed right now, so I'm paying on Indeed. I'm paying around $50 a week. That's $10 average, $50 average on a week, so that my job posting can be promoted and I can interview people in higher volume and make my workflow more efficient, so I can get a lot more candidates faster, set up meetings, do a group meeting, take the best qualified candidates from that group meeting, have a one-on-one meeting with them, and then inviting them to an actual paid training. I finally think I found out a way to get not lots, but constant events. But now what I'm really struggling with is having reliable people. And I know that some of you guys are probably already at this stage where you guys are booked and you guys have a small team, but you need to expand that team in order for you to take on larger events. Like I have lots of larger events the ending of this year, and that's why we're hiring aggressively because of that. But it's very important that we don't skip steps when we are interviewing people, and we are quick to, like I said, fire and slowly hire people. So don't make the mistake of hiring your family members. Don't make the mistake of hiring your kids. It's gonna backfire sooner or later, and it'll be an awkward conversation at the family gathering, right? So something to note. Chocolate tripod. Overlays, is it beat to buy them or make them? Chocolate, for the overlays, on my video description, there's a link, and that link will give you a discount. It's called Photo Booth Talk. They have these gorgeous, beautifully designed overlays, and then so they'll give you a link that you put on your website, so that when someone books with you, one, they can look at the templates that are on your website, and they can select the template, put in their information, their phone number, and the wording that they want in the template. And then when they submit that, you get your email. You're able to open that file on Canva or Photoshop, and then you can easily just make those quick changes and you're done with that template. Now, I have people doing those templates for me, so those emails get forwarded to them. They reach out to the client, they create a template, and then that's fixed. That's one of the first things you guys have to let go of, is the creation of a template, because it's gonna take a long time for you to do it. And if it doesn't take you too long, it's gonna accumulate when you start getting busy and you're doing 3 templates a week. It's valuable time that you guys should be freeing up yourselves from. So once again, if you guys are interested in Photo Booth Talk, they make gorgeous templates. You have access to hundreds of templates, vertical, portrait. You have 360 video overlays. It's amazing. So yeah, that is going to be in the description of all of my YouTube videos. That's what I'm using, guys. You got to make your business a system that requires very little work on your end as the actual entrepreneur slash manager. So remember what we talked about in the past is removing yourself from the technician side, removing yourself from the manager side, and spending more time as the visionary of your business. All right, we got so we got Mondo. What's up, Mondo? All right, we got a question. I have an event in an hour, just marking up my checklist. I'm using Luma Booth. It's a selfie pod drop off tonight. Still got a 360 booth, wedding tomorrow. Sweet, man. I'm glad you are staying busy and you're staying booked. This is the very first year I'm managing a larger team. It's always been a very small team, but this year we got 5+ photo booth directors, and we're planning on bringing in an extra couple of photo booth directors. I'd rather have people have a first string, second string, third string, and keep our rock stars constantly busy. But that first string, second string, third string, those people are gonna come in handy for like larger events. They're gonna come in handy if someone just can't make it. It's just giving your business enough manpower and flexibility to take on almost any situation. So for those that are watching right now, just constantly remind yourselves that you might not have a lot of events right now, right? So you're still trying to figure out that part. But for those who are constantly going out there every single weekend themselves, you could do that, but your business is not gonna scale like that. It's not, and plus you're gonna get burnt out, and you'll look back at it and say, I wish I would have hired people earlier on. So that's what I recommend right now, guys. And here on YouTube, it's all about me just sharing things that I should have done better, things that I could have done different, and mistakes that I could have been avoided. But you know, I want you guys to learn from my victories, and I want you guys to learn from my lessons. That's what this channel is all about. But go ahead and continue posting your questions, guys. I'll get to those in a few moments. I'm trying to get some information here. Like I said, I'm going to multitask. So if you guys just want to come in and pop a question in here, and then get back to work, get back to your workflow, yeah, that's totally fine. Just want to make sure I help you guys as best as I can. I'm gonna close my garage door and turn on the light just because we got mosquitoes coming in and there's a lot of noise from the ACs. So let's see. We got more questions right here. You're welcome. Chocolate Tripod. Chocolate Tripod. That name sounds like it's you're part of it. Yeah, I wouldn't even go there. But yeah, you're welcome, man. But Chocolate Tripod. That's a funny name. We got Whack or Walk. Snappic looks ridiculously good video quality wise, but I can't seem to get the special effects that they have. So you have to pay for the enterprise, which includes the video effects on Snappic. On Snappic, just like on most photo booth plans, there are different tiers of plans that offer different features and benefits. I use the enterprise. The enterprise is the one that's going to give you the video effects. If you guys use the link in my description box below, you'll get 10% off, whether you're doing one event or you sign for a monthly subscription or an annual subscription. Can someone order Mr. Professional from the US and get it shipped to the UK? I'm currently thinking of adding it to my photo booth arsenal. What's the best camera to go with? The R100 is definitely the camera you want to go with. Right now we are sold out of Mr. Professional photo booths, completely sold out. And so it's tough to say this, but it's okay. It's available for pre-order, and we should start shipping them out again mid-October. In addition to that, if you guys are wanting to buy a Mr. Professional, I would say continue doing some more research. I hate the idea of people buying a beautiful booth but not having a business plan behind it. I don't like the concept of people getting excited over a beautiful booth and not seeing their business long term, but instead of just a quick side hustle. Like I said many times, this could work for you if it's a side hustle and you just want to make an extra $400 a month or whatever it is. But I guess I'm different, right? I guess I shouldn't be biased because I do this full time. And so when I see folks that want to do it just as a side hustle, I guess to me, like, I can't relate to that anymore. I much rather spend time and invest time with people who really, really want to actually create a company, because that's way more exciting. That's way more challenging. The payoff is amazing. The risk is higher because you're spending so much time of your life growing, nurturing the plant, and you want it to blossom into a beautiful tree, a beautiful garden. We got Julio Calderon. Can you go through a summary of your sales call? It's the toughest thing for us entrepreneurs because we're not salespeople. So Julio, one thing that I experienced this specific year is that I don't like convincing people. So when you get a phone call, the first thing you guys want to ask the people, because they either saw your Google profile, they either saw your Instagram, or they even seen your website. So the fundamentals is they're calling you. So basically you are at an advantage point because they're reaching out to you. You're not reaching out to them, but if they reach out to you on that call, you want to ask them, the very first thing you want to ask them is, what did you love? What did you like? Or what caught your eye? So as soon as they say, like, well, we've seen a photo or we've seen a video, then you guys can build off of something they already affirmed, confirmed, validated that they liked, which is why they called you. And you guys build off of that. And it's very essential that you guys pay attention to what they're saying and what solution they're looking for. A lot of folks are going to just focus on pricing. Let them know that there are many other options out there, but let them know in your own words, what will they experience, or what would they like to experience when they hire you. That way you can build an immediate understanding over the phone, and you don't really give them the will to go out there and pick up the phone again, hang up, and call another place and another place, because to them, they don't want to do that. They don't want to call around. They just want to get it done, right? Because they have other things to plan, other vendors to book. Make it very easy for them. All right, Ivan. So Julio, like I said, man, it's really focusing on what they want. Just let them do a lot of the talking, and then build rapport. Don't talk too much. Just kind of hear them out first, what they're looking for. Ask them, have you booked a photo booth before? If they say yes, ask them, what was your favorite part of the process, or what could we do different to make the process very easy for you? So you constantly just want to help them as much as possible. All right, I'll go ahead and make note there that you guys want to see more of the vlogs. Just keep in mind that it's a lot of waste of money for me, because when I do vlogs, I have to slow down everything to actually hit the record button, set up the shot, hook up my recording wireless microphones, and then get the shot. And then after that, throughout the event, do that, and then still get home, still have to do other work, and then have to edit the videos. Then I have to go, and it's a lot of work to do vlogs, guys. And it's a waste of money for me, because I have to slow down. So I have to slow down everything. But if you guys are getting value off of the vlogs, the least you guys can do is hit the like button. And so I'll try to do more vlogs for you, but just know at this point, being completely honest with you guys, it's a waste of time for me, because I need to be moving at a certain pace, doing other parts in the business. But I can honestly tell you, I do like documenting things. I do like documenting the journey. In fact, this is what it's all about. However, right now that it's busy season, I feel like this is the best that I can do for you right now, is jumping on a random live and trying to get this stuff done on my laptop, but still helping you guys out with some of the questions you guys are posting right now. Chocolate Tripod writes, for Mr. Professional, is there a payment plan? From what I understand is some folks have the option when purchasing to do, what is it called, PayPal payments. So depending if you have an account with PayPal, PayPal will allow you to make monthly payments on Mr. Professional. If you have a business credit card that has a 0 interest rate for 14 months, that's another strategy that you guys might want to consider. I don't want to have a relationship with financing companies, because it's very difficult to get a hold of them. And I had the issue in the past where I wanted people to be able to finance 360 video events, bookings, and that was going to increase my bookings, because it was so easy for people to just to book and not worry about paying the $600, $700 up front. And I tried it, and it didn't work well for me, because the client needed a refund, and I needed to go. I was a middleman, and it created a lot of issues. So I don't want to have that same type of experience with a product such as Mr. Professional. So if you guys don't have enough money to buy it right now, do something else. Focus on what you have right now, work with it. Make sure that you guys are streamlining everything, but make sure, most importantly, that right now the current assets that you have are being worked and they're out there making you money every single week if you already have a booth. And then when you have, of course, more money, then that's an indicator that you're doing the right moves for your business. What up? And so what I'm trying to say is, don't bust the move if you're not truly ready for it, because it's more of an emotional decision. I want you guys to really go over again your business plan to make sure that when you guys make that investment, you guys already have an actual structured plan that you're going to follow through with. It sounds like I don't want to sell Mr. Professional booth, but what I do want is, I want to see successful people. Like, I want to see people have success. And if I'm like other YouTubers where I'm just trying to convince you how much money you can make and buy this now, here's my store, it's like, that's not real value. The real value is in the honesty and transparency. And as you guys know, this year, it's all about transparency. Things are coming, you guys, okay? Let's see what other questions we got. Arens. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Stop blowing up my line, guys. I'm not technical support, and I'm not looking to make small talk. I'm doing other things that have more value. So a lot of you guys call me directly on my line to try to pick my brain, and it's the most annoying thing, to be honest with you, because I've said it hundreds of times. Don't call my line. This line's specifically for bookings. If you guys have questions regarding Mr. Professional, you guys can actually book a 15-minute call revolving around specifically Mr. Professional. I had people that booked a call and were asking for mentorship, and that's not a part of the system that I have running right now. Right now, I'm just taking calls regarding your questions, because I feel like it's nice to have that extra reassurance before you purchase a product. So if you guys have any questions regarding Mr. Professional, you want to book a 15-minute call, go for it. Feel free. You did a great job. Thanks for all you do for the photo booth community. You inspired me to start this business. Now it's a legacy I'm trying to create for myself and my family. That's beautiful right there. That's exactly what I'm talking about. What's up, Julio? Also, you have a video every year about your upgraded equipment that you use, will you be doing another one? You are no one by far. You are number one by far. I look forward to working ending so I can view your videos. Yeah, so every time I have an upgrade, I that's something that I share as quickly as possible. In fact, my latest upgrade right now has been for my 360 video booth production, which is a standard iPhone 16. Guys, listen to me closely. I said standard iPhone 16, not the 16 Pro, not the 16 Pro Max, but the standard 16, because cameras right now, we don't need the zoom lens and we don't need the extra wide lens because those cameras don't have a big sensor. And so your videos, it's not worth spending thousands of dollars on those models. What you want is you want a phone with a better sensor on the main camera. Okay, so that's an improvement. Another improvement is you get a faster processor on the 16, so your videos will render just like that, like within 10 seconds. And that's the reason I currently using a 15 Pro, and I'm also using a standard 16. Okay, guys, so just remember that. Don't go out there getting the Pro Max and things like that. Here, I'll give you guys a really quick, do I have it here in front of me? So if you guys get a Pro Max, if you guys get a really large phone and you guys are trying to fit it into the 360 video cage I created, then your lens, the glasses for your lens, this part right here, won't fit. The Pro Max is too big. So you guys want to get a standard size phone to fit in the cage, reduce the amount of weight on the actual arm, and still have space for a polarizer or an ND filter. It's pretty cool. Let me see if you guys can see what I see. Probably not, but yeah, a polarizer is nice. It adds more contrast and saturation to your video shots. So I use a polarizer for events during the daylight when the sun is out. Go ahead and post your questions, guys. I'm gonna be wrapping it up here pretty soon because it's hard for me to talk to you guys and also multitask here on this end. Let's see here. Victor. Another thing that really helps the business guys is keep at least a couple of good relationships with a couple of local businesses. Maybe not everyone, but those people that come off as trustworthy, right? Because sometimes I'm at a point where unfortunately I have to give the event to someone else because I'm just crazy booked, and this is why I'm aggressively hiring right now, because I don't like giving up these events because I spend a lot of money on marketing. But sometimes you get just a bunch of leads, and those leads actually get converted into actual bookings. But then again, like someone falls off or you fire someone, and then you're running very lean with the team. But what you also need is backup for your backup. So you need a big team. Well, right now I myself can say I need a bigger team. Minimum 6 hands on deck. That's minimum. If I can have 8 people, even better, because then it gives me a lot more confidence that I can take on more events. The hard part is finding good leaders, because you can always easily find a photo booth assistant. But what I tell them during the interview is my goal is not to keep you as a photo booth assistant. My goal is to promote you to a photo booth director as fast as possible so that you can make more money. And that's the honest truth. Like I'm not looking for people that have a very short, a very small capacity when it comes to growth. I want someone that's hungry, that I can trust will be an actual asset to Canary Capital Productions. I'll address your questions in a few seconds, guys. All right, let's get to your questions, all right? Give me 1 second. Let me turn on this light, guys, because like I said, there's a lot of... I'll be right back.
you that.
Give me 1 second, let me grab some water. All right, let's tackle these questions. Ladies and gentlemen. We got 13 folks on the chat. If you guys can help me with the like button, that's always appreciated. Plus, it's good karma for you as an individual. Let me see here. All right, thanks for the likes, guys. Thanks for the like button. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. Appreciate it. I wish you many, many, many events, and I also wish you guys the right people to come your way to help you scale your business. Thank you, guys. All right, let's get to these questions. Hussein asked me, how was your first prices? I don't truly comprehend what that question means. It's probably irrelevant if it was a long time ago. So if you can expand on that question, that would help me out. That way I can answer this question a lot more accurately. Ivan writes, do you do consultations for Mr. Professional? Yeah, so for Mr. Professional, people that buy Mr. Professional, what I usually do is once they purchase and they go over the videos that I made specifically for them, if they need any extra help, I'll dedicate an entire hour to help them with any questions regarding Mr. Professional. So I guess you can call it Mr. Professional comes with a coaching call. Yeah, let's talk about it. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Let's talk about it. I appreciate that. I appreciate you putting that out there in the universe. Thank you. iPhone versus DSLR for the 360 booth. iPhone all day. I've had many different DSLR cameras that I tried, and you guys don't want a bunch of stuff dangling from the arm. You guys have to have 2 batteries on there. One for the DSLR. You gotta have another battery for your phone or iPad. And then you have to have multiple mounts. It's just know how to play with the settings on your iPhones, and you guys will get videos like the ones I get. Qualities on my videos, guys, are good because I go into manual settings, and I'm also teaching my photo booth directors on how to play with the exposure, how to play with the shutter, and how to adjust the ISO. So you guys don't need to spend money and have a DSLR on your 360 video booth arm. You can do it with an iPhone, but you need the right lighting and the right settings. Please don't forget that. Snoopy Dog 09 writes, are you able to use a flash umbrella with the iPad only? No, not yet. So from what I understand so far, iOS, Apple hasn't merged or created someone to have, well, actually I could be wrong. I think there's one company, but it's like hundreds of dollars where you can connect your iPad to an actual flash. But even if you had that, Snoop Dogg 09, you're still limited. You're still using a 12 megapixel camera, and the sensor is extremely tiny. Remember, you're using a tiny little camera on your iPad versus using an actual real camera, real lens. So even if that was available, the photos, you just can't replace a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. But that's a good question. Don't waste your money, guys, on iPad booths. If you see someone selling a used iPad booth, don't buy something that is becoming obsolete. There's just no reason for you to come into the industry right now and buy an iPad booth. You'll get left behind, and then you're gonna try to resell that booth that you just bought. And it just, like I said, guys, for me, I'm trying to set you guys up for success. So I would avoid buying an iPad booth unless your concept is buying a few of them and doing the drop-off concept. That's the only way it would make sense to just have enough photo booth licenses to have 4 iPad booths dropped off in one night, or 2 at least one night, to make it worth your while. Because remember, you're dropping off, but you have to circle back to pick those up. So that's you have to factor in that round trip. It's a lot of time spent, gas, and so it's an opportunity and cost. So you guys break it down however you guys want, because I don't know your value, but I can tell you that for me, it wouldn't make sense. All right, let's go ahead and keep pushing. Charlene Blair. Hey David, I was asking what was the thing you had under the photo booth at the cowboy themed event, but got no response. Those mats, you guys can get those at Lowe's or you can get those at Home Depot. I think I got mine at Home Depot. So yeah, those are rubber mats. Where did I put them? Because I'm actually gonna need them this weekend. Oh, they're right below me. So those are rubber mats. They're pretty durable. I don't know how much I paid for them, guys, because I got this these about over a year ago. But yeah, they come in handy because what happens is when you guys have outdoor events, and say for example it's a rodeo or a backyard, sometimes people have dirt, and what happens is that dust goes up into your booth, goes into your motor, into your remote sensor, and it just minimizes the lifespan on your 360 video booth. So you definitely got to protect your investment. And so when I use these right here, you can rinse them off after. They're really durable and they're flexible, so you can fit them in your sedan or your SUV or your van, and that'll minimize the amount of dust that goes into the bearings, goes into the rotators, goes into your motor. So yeah, those are Blair, to answer your question, you can get those at either Lowe's or Home Depot. I did not buy those on Amazon. So if that was the case, I would have a link, but that's not the case. So Mondo's answering to Snoopy Dog 09. Okay. Yeah, cool. Oh, Mondo was already replying. I didn't even notice. Cool. Yeah, so the phone cage and everything else, guys, is going to be in the description of every video. You guys have to be more resourceful. I get a lot of questions from a lot of people that come off as lazy. I know this sounds me being like a jerk, but quite honestly, a lot of people just want the answers. They don't do any type of research. All of my videos have everything that I'm using, just to let you guys know, because I couldn't answer every individual, so I decided just to throw on the description for every video, even though it's not even related to the video, because I don't have time to reply to the same type of question for people around the world. So if you guys see something that I'm using that you like, always go to the description and you guys will see like, oh, that's the charger he's using. That's the actual tripod he's using. That's the mount that I'm using. Those are the mini lights. I put everything there for you guys to make my life easier and make it easier for you guys when you hop into the channel and there's something that you see on the video that you thought maybe I should try that. All right, guys, we're coming close to the 35-minute mark. If you guys have any other questions, please go ahead and post them. Is marketing the best way to grow the business? Absolutely, yes. Definitely gotta market your business, especially right now, since it seems like a lot of folks are coming into the space. You guys go ahead and keep posting your questions. I will address them in a few seconds, okay? I'm jumping back and forth, guys, because I'm using Snapic for 360 video events, and then there's other events where we're gonna be using booth.events, just because the black and white feature is amazing, and also the glam filter is also amazing. So I'm right here juggling two different softwares, getting this ready to go. Hey, one thing, guys, that I want to share with you is that when you guys are working on a client and you guys have like 4 bookings out, what works really well is if you guys do all of those future events on that same night, so you don't have to worry about that as the time gets closer, because you're already logged in, you're already in that workflow, you're already opening up Canva, you're already up. So just try to do everything in one single sit down for future events. All right, let's get to the rest of the questions. Snoop Dogg 09 is apparently new to the channel. In every video, I told you guys, use the Canon R100. The Canon R100 is a camera that you can't go wrong with. It's light, it's compact, it has 24 megapixels. You guys will fall in love with that little camera. Plus, guess what? It's extremely affordable. You can get the body alone on Best Buy for, let's see how much Best Buy has them going on for right now. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, you guys should subscribe and hit the notification bell. Not so much for my sake, I can care less. I'm not for YouTube paying me money. They pay me like $600 a month, which is really nothing for the amount of videos that I put up and take time to edit and post. So for me, that's not a big deal. But for you guys is subscribe, because the questions that you guys have sometimes, I can tell right away, it's like you haven't seen any of my YouTube videos, because you would have had your answer if you actually dove into those videos. So let me see how much you can guys get the Canon R100. Best Buy has it on special very, very often. You guys, by the way, can get your Canon equipment directly from the Canon website. They have a refurbished department, and you guys can get it with warranty. So I wanted to throw that out there as well. Hope it helps. All right, hold on, Snoop. Hold on. Let's see. So right now, Best Buy, you can get the Canon R100 4K video mirrorless. You can get it for $399. So there's a $80 off right now. That's just the body. What I recommend is getting the 24 to 50 lens. It's called the 24 to 50 lens, 24 millimeters to 55 millimeters Canon lens. It's compact, it's small, it gives you good range. It has sharper glass than the kit lens. So I hope that helps, Snoop Dogg 09. What's up, Ernesto? Kathiana, what's up? Ernesto writes, thank you for the link. I'm trying booth.events. Do you think it's better AI background removal than Snappic? I use Snappic for the, yeah, so that's one of the reasons I'm using booth.events. Guys, I can tell you that latest video, the digital background video that I just released about 48 hours ago, did you see how easy it is to get rid of that background? It's incredibly easy, and it's not limited to credits. You have that unlimited. You can do as many unlimited backgrounds as possible. And on top of that, background removal also unlimited. That's something to consider, right? Man, here, while I have you guys on the video, I promoted my job posting on Indeed because I need to fill up these positions fast. And I need people to apply in bulk so that I can have more of a selection and not be just, so focused on just a couple of individuals. So if you guys are seeking help right now for your business, go on Indeed, start a business account, and you're a small business. We are a small business trying to become a mid-sized business. Use Indeed to get that leverage to find candidates, okay, guys? I hope you guys consider using Indeed. I wish I would have considered Indeed when I first started the 360 video booth, but hey, we live and we learn. Kathiana writes, is it print templates as well? What are you talking about? Are you talking about Snappic or booth.events? Go ahead and rewrite your question. If you can elaborate, then I can give you an accurate answer. So Thunder 360, Ivan is in the house. What's up, Ivan? Yeah, so hopefully, Mr. Professional, we can definitely get it back in stock. And like as I mentioned in the other video, you guys will see something incredible that I am very, very proud of. Their journey has been crazy, but the information I'm about to release to you guys pretty soon is, I think, gonna be life-changing for me, one, and then also for the industry, because it might disrupt other photo booth manufacturers. And you guys will see, I'm pretty excited about this upcoming news. So that's all I can tell you right now, because there's still a good amount of work to be done on the back end. But I have taken a lot of time And by time, I've taken a lot of money to create something that is gonna be one of the ultimate solutions, not the ultimate solution, but an extraordinary tool for your business. The gallery for the templates, you said it was for the 360. Is it for print templates as well? Yes. So photo booth talk, Katiana, it's gonna give your clients the option to select a 360 video overlay, but it's also gonna allow them to select different types of templates, whether it's the strips, whether it's the 6x4, 4x6. So yes, check that out. It's on my description. It's in all my videos in the description. It's a link that's gonna take you to Photo Booth Talk. And then when you use my link, you get some type of, I think it's some type of reduction or some type of discount, but that's who we use, okay? And it takes a huge workload off of you creating a template from scratch. Thanks for elaborating on that question. Charlene, thanks for the information. I appreciate it. I was looking a couple of weeks ago, but it took me to a YouTube page. The link is now working. Thank you. Cool. Oh, Mondo, you and your wife will probably, most likely, really, hopefully, love this next move that I'm making, man. All right, we got Big Surge in the house. The tilt on the camera from the outside. You just wrote the tilt on the camera from the outside. What does that mean? I'm in Jamaica, but I will definitely source it. Thank you. Keep up the good work. I love your passion for this. Yeah, I'm being very blunt with you guys nowadays. One, because I'm older. Two, because I'm not as excited anymore, but I'm more focused. So a lot of my videos in the past revolved around excitement because that was me at that moment of my life. And so some of those videos were really entertaining. But now, have you guys seen my videos lately? I'm a lot more direct and I'm cutting right to the education side. And educational videos are not as sexy and as appealing as entertainment videos, because when you make entertaining videos, you attract a lot more people because it's entertainment. And so when you make educational videos, it really funnels it down and narrows it to the people who are just looking for specific education, but those people are more likely to actually interact with your content. And so for me, I can care less about the people who want to be entertained or the people that are optimistic but have absolutely very little knowledge and they're going off of, like I said, fake YouTubers. I call them fake YouTubers because it's like, I haven't seen them being done like really genuine videos to a point where I can say that right there, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we need more of. We need more transparency. We need more authentic individuals in this space. Because if you guys notice, large companies, all they're trying to do, and I'm not gonna shout them out, but you guys will know, there's a lot of companies and a lot of people now offering you a marketing solution when it comes to your photo booth. And then I've actually said, okay, well, let me test it. And quite honestly, I spent close to $5,000 with these people. Do I regret it? No, I learned from it. But if I could go back and not have done it and spend those $5,000 elsewhere, I would have done it. But like I said, guys, you don't know until you try. Ernesto, my booth event panel have your logo on the upper left. My booth event panel. Okay. Right on. Any more questions, guys? Any more questions? Go ahead and fire off any questions. The time is now. Fire off any questions right now. Fire off those questions. Come on. Hello, sorry, I have been running around. I will send everything around 6 if that's okay. Cool deal. Cool deal. All right. Yeah, Mano, there's a ton of different companies and individuals on the YouTube space that are constantly they just want to hype people up because they're selling a software, they're selling some type of service, they're selling some type of product. And it misleads a ton of people. And that's the part that it's a little upsetting for me. And I shouldn't even take it personal, but because I'm a man that's had businesses in the past, and I've struggled, and I know how much effort and work I put into this business. Like, this is actually me right now putting work into my business, interacting with the community. This is actually work for me, because it's actually, as you guys see, it's taking away from other things that I need to do. So when I see other people go in there and they try to paint a perfect picture of how much money they made on one event, even on Instagram, it's like, bro, you did not make $500 in that event. And these are big companies. Like I said, I'm not gonna throw any names out there because I myself have become a pretty recognized person in the niche, but they don't never ever break down the actual cost and how much money they actually made. And that part is the part that bothers me too, which is why I made videos on the breakdown of how much money I paid my photo booth attendants, how much money I got to pocket at the end of that big number. And it's still healthy, but like I said, guys, it's like, you guys are gonna make an investment. You have to focus too on the details, not just the glamour. All right. Good Times LA Photo Booth writes, what's best when marketing Google, Facebook, or Instagram? They're all great platforms. And what I love about Google, because I tried Facebook and I tried Instagram, but Facebook, I can tell you guys, I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it because I didn't stick around with it long enough. I didn't spend enough money on that platform to really get to the analytics and data. So I can't say anything specifically on Facebook. Instagram, I boosted posts. It's very limited as far as targeting, and it's very expensive because when you boost a reel on Instagram and you try to boost your business on Instagram, the processing fee is crazy expensive when you're trying to pay through Apple Pay, because you have to pay, but you have to use a middle person to pay that money to Instagram. So right up front, they'll take lots of money up front. So I don't use Instagram. Google, on the other hand, is a platform where I've used it to many different features, and I love the way it can track my actual analytics and my data. So for me personally, Google, there's gonna be people out there that are killing it with Facebook ads, and maybe eventually they'll see like they met a ceiling, and so then they'll start dabbling into Google, and then they can measure like, okay, if I allocate some of the budget from Facebook and go to Google, can I tap into a new audience? So Good Times LA Photo Booth, I would say for me, Google still is providing great leads. Just like any algorithm, it needs to learn who your ideal client is. So that's my answer for you right now. That's my short answer for you, because this is a topic that we can really dive into pretty deep. Thunder 360, I'm always learning from your vids. Yes, sir, that's the idea there. Snoop Dogg 09 writes, Snoop Dogg 09 writes, do you charge the client mileage if the event is an hour away? No, I don't charge the client any type of money for extra mileage. If I can do it and I can have my photo booth directors out there, I'm gonna take on that event. I'm not gonna make it difficult on the client by charging them per mile, no. What I charge for the client is for the production, and I charge them for idle hours. Idle hours, really quick, guys, is say you guys go to a wedding and they book you from 5 to 8. All right, that's 3 hours. But let's say one of those 3 hours, you guys are not gonna be operating because there's gonna be the dance or the speech. Then instead of paying you for a 3-hour event, they can pay you for a 2-hour event, and then they can book an idle hour, meaning they'll have you there on site, non-operating, for a much lower rate. That's an idle hour right there. But no, guys, don't make it complicated on your clients by telling them, oh, you know what, we're gonna have to charge you extra because we need to drive further. That makes you sound like a small business. People will disagree with me on this topic, and that's totally fine because everyone has their philosophy on business. But if I'm gonna charge a customer extra because I need to drive further away, it's not their fault that I'm further away. It's basically them hiring you versus people that are close to them should be a compliment to you, saying they wanna hire you. They see you as a premium, they see you as the very best, so they want you to come to them. That's how much they want you. But I wouldn't charge them extra because they prefer me over their other businesses that are in a closer radius. Once again, this is something that I myself think is my philosophy, basically, is what I'm saying. And people will disagree, and that's cool. Like, I love the fact that people see business from a different point of view, but that's just my point of view, okay, guys? All right, I'm going to dive into Mr. Professional. I look forward to talking to you soon. Sounds cool, man. Good times, right? Can Mr. Professional come with iPad horizontal? No, it comes with the iPad in portrait mode. One of the secrets for Mr. Professional, the reason it's such an attractive booth is because we use what's called the golden ratio. Now, your entire body consists of the golden ratio. And that's why it's so gorgeous, because our eyes are captivated by the golden ratio. This dives way past engineering. This is more of it's not only like a scientific approach, but it's in our biology. I know some of you guys know that I'm weird when it comes to this stuff, and it's okay because I actually use numerology for my business. But for example, like golden ratio is the distance between my shoulder to my hand, the distance between my elbow to the tip of my fingers, the distance between my wrist to this finger. There's golden ratios to it. And so if you put the iPad horizontal, what's his name? Good Times LA Photo Booth, it takes away from the aesthetics. Once again, my philosophy, my point of view. Thunder 360 Photo Booth writes, exactly, price accordingly. I think he's circling back to what I mentioned about charging people for mileage. Like, we're not Uber or Lyft, guys. We're a photo booth production company. But again, I'm always fine with people disagreeing with me, because I shouldn't be in a position to say, you should. No, my approach is always consider this, consider that. So that's the beautiful part about the community, is that community people are gonna have different point of views, but the beautiful part is when all those point of views are shared, then that's when everyone benefits, because everyone gets to see everyone's philosophy. And people, just like us picking up a new book, when we pick up a book, we're basically diving into the world of someone else's philosophy. And sometimes we take those chapters and we apply some of those strategies into our lives. So that's the beauty of reading books and listening to podcasts and things like that. This is the beauty of us coming together right here, talking about business from a general standpoint as far as the photo booth industry goes. One thing, guys, is really quick. I believe in putting in, good vibes and valuable information, helping people out. So if you guys can help me out by hitting the like button, that would be amazing. We have 25 photo booth business owners right now, but we only have 8 likes. So there's to me, there's a discrepancy there, and just want to point that out. That's, for me as a content creator, that stands out because, like I said, it's basically a measurement of my input and how I am affecting people in a positive way. So I feel very open and transparent to have this conversation with you guys. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. We're at 53 minutes, guys. What I'll do is I'll just stick around for another 6 minutes and spend a full hour with you guys. But I do need to get back to the rest of my work here. By the way, earlier I was talking to someone on the chat here, and I told them that the Canon R100 right now is on special. So the body you can get for $399. That's an incredible investment. Not just that, but if you guys are not using it for your photo booth, you guys can use it for parties or when you guys go on a vacation. But yeah, let's go ahead and answer, fire off as many questions as possible so that I can do a rapid fire and answer your questions to the best of my abilities. Go ahead and shoot those questions right now, because this is the time to do it. Because later on, if you guys leave it in the comments, chances are I probably won't get to it. And once again, that's just me letting you guys know I am crazy busy. There's hundreds and hundreds of photo booth business owners, and there's only one David in the house. So let's be realistic. Go ahead and fire off as many questions as possible. This is going to be fun for me. We got 5 minutes to collect your guys' questions. And like I said, I'm gonna try to go off as fast as possible. All right, I'm gonna start scrolling in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mobile Gamer writes, what's your minimum hours you rent your photo booth? That's a total of 2 hours. That's the minimum time. Great question. Next question. Snoopy Dog 09 today got a lot of value from this video live. And so this is what it's all about, guys, is tapping into a source that's gonna help you guys, but you being available to actually benefit off of that. And so Snoopy Dogg probably had the most questions here today. Shout outs to you for tuning in to the station that's gonna help you with your business. So Snoop Dogg writes, I charge $250 an hour for the 360 video booth. Not sure what I want to charge for the photo booth. Continue doing your research. Go ahead and look at your local competition. If they are charging similar rates and you feel like their marketing is not that great, you can go in there and compete with them. I know the word compete is such a turnoff because we don't want to add more friction into our lives, but we are in an industry where a lot of people are coming in with the same ideas, same concept. So what you have left, you have your branding and you have your marketing and you have your customer service that hopefully helps you stand out just enough so that you guys can get the biggest piece of that pie while remaining competitive. Keep those questions coming. Thunder 360 Photo Booth writes, so many boothers charge differently, which is okay. Whatever makes sense and for your business, just don't make it hard for the client. Absolutely. This is your personal goal. This is your journey. This is your life, and we're only here for a little bit. So guys, really focus on your numbers, focus on your rates, focus on your team, really just focus on yourself. Thank you, Jose. We got C-Ken. Do you use additional lighting like continuous light for your photo booth for better quality? I'm Mr. Professional. We use a MS300 Godox and we leave the modeling lamp on for 5%, but that's more for the aesthetics. So the white umbrella can have a little bit of light on it. But the LED is one of the strongest LEDs in the photo booth game. So you're gonna get high lumens on Mr. Professional's LED light. So I don't need any extra lights because I already have the flash head and the bright LED light around Mr. Professional that can be also changed when it comes to color temperature. All right, next question. I just tuned in. What camera was that? We're talking about the Canon R100, DJ Randy. I think you might have this one already, bro. So yeah, the Canon R100. Any more questions, guys? We got a few more moments left. Tell us about the new phone. Jose, I'm not gonna spend time doing that. I already talked about it. You can watch the video later. I got the standard iPhone 16. I said standard iPhone 16, not the 16 Pro or the 16 Pro Max, okay? How much would it be good to start Google advertisement per month? What you wanna do when you first start off is what's your average on how much you make per event? So say let's just say, simplify things. Say your basic package is $590 per event. Then take that budget and spread it out throughout the month. And so start off with the $590 budget. So that means that if you actually get one conversion or one lead, okay, just to simplify, say you guys spend $590 on Google ads and you guys get inquiries, right? You guys get leads and you spend $590, and out of all of those leads, you actually get 2 actual conversions, 2 actual bookings. One booking paid for your ad monthly and the other booking is gonna be profit. So that's the way I see it. Now, when you guys have enough data, then you guys can, instead of spending a budget that's fixed, they call it manual CPC, manual cost per click. Instead of setting that up, you guys can then later on, when you have more conversions, at least 30 conversions a month, then you can have Google take over and do something for you that's called max conversions. Instead of maximizing clicks, you get maximum conversions, meaning you give Google the green light to spend more money as long as they get you a certain amount of leads and conversions. So that's a whole different conversation. But that's, to simplify things, that's where I would start, guys, is what is your average package, and then use that to build the budget into your business. If you guys like that, hit the thumbs up button. If that concept, this is what I started off with, and this is what I applied. But now I'm spending a little bit more money. Okay. Is it possible, Mondo's? Is it possible to use the flash trigger with an iPad booth? Mondo, earlier I said no, but then again, I vaguely remember someone coming up with a small little trigger flash that's connected to an app, and it was crazy expensive. But once again, the iPad booth camera sensor is so small, don't expect to get photos like you would from an actual camera with a much larger sensor. Any more questions? David, where do you yourself the most selling booths or renting them? A lot of folks are buying booths out from Canada, New York, and Texas, and even Florida. A lot of those sales go out that way. So that makes me know, that allows me to kind of also get some insight and see that there's a lot of activity in those areas. Canada is starting to pick up a lot. When do you have a daylight event? Do you use a filter for your R100? Ernesto, no, when you have daylight events, you can play with the ISO and the flash power so that your subject comes out really good even in broad daylight. That's why you guys see photographers with a flash shooting in broad daylight, because they're able to manipulate the ISO with the flash power, okay? So yeah, you can do it, and that's what I'm doing. In fact, I got a couple events that are gonna be during the daylight and they'll go into the evening. So my photo booth director has been trained to continuously play with the ISO as the lighting changes. Snoop Dogg 09 writes, thanks for all your help. The name of my business is Wear Integrity Entertainment. Very cool, man. Thanks for tuning in. All right, let's wrap it up, guys. Just a couple more questions here. Good Times LA photo booth. Where do you recommend I go learn this Google Analytics and stuff from? I soaked up game a lot from just straight up YouTube. Man, I'm spending countless hours on YouTube, countless hours on my dashboard on Google, and also paid, I'm not even gonna say their name, but I paid $5,000 for a course that I feel was not the best investment. And so why wasn't it the best investment? Because they could have done things differently that could have helped me a lot faster and helped me save a lot more money, instead of just the way they did it. I just don't feel like they're passionate about it. And if I would ever do it, first of all, I would have done everything I wish they would have done for me, knowing that they had the power, the information, but still, just like I said, guys, I'm not gonna put them on blast because I don't like doing that to people, but you guys see them promote on Instagram and on Facebook, and they're always talking about how they can get you a lot of leads and X, Y, and Z. I wouldn't run with them. Where do you recommend I learn? Okay. See, bye Lau. Hey, Ken, what kind of software do you use for your photo booth and how much? You guys gotta start subscribing to the channel. You guys are asking a lot of questions, and I put these videos out that answer these questions. I'm using both Snapic and I'm also using booth.events, okay? I am an LED screen technician from Omen. Congratulations, that's great. Good Times LA photo booth writes, thanks David. Good times and good info as always. Thunder 360 photo booth says, have a great weekend, David. Amazing work like always. To those that are just starting, don't hold back. Keep pushing. Amen. Peace out.